All right, and we're back on this Thursday morning. And as usual, myself, Barnzy, joined by internet personality and all around good guy, the English mouth of the South, Beef Stew. How are you?
Not too bad, Christopher. How are you doing this fine Thursday?
Well, for Texas, I'm a little cold, to be honest. So
Yeah.
it's a little chilly. I already seen a video. Ryan is practicing this morning up in Wichita. The high was 50 yesterday up there after being 100 about 3 days ago. So, we got a little front moving through.
Yeah, it's quite bizarre how cold it became. I just took Brady out to his doctor's appointment, and Tina had dressed him in pants, and I'm like, wow, she's crazy. Then I got out and took Brady as it was raining into the doctor's office, and I was like, well, I guess that makes a lot of sense why she put him in pants. I wish I hadn't dressed in shorts and flip-flops. So yeah, that was we'll see. The weather has definitely changed here. I think it's really cool that I went most of the summer without buying an extra hose pipe for doing the grass. I buy one, we use it once, and now we're using God's hose pipe for the rest of the
time. Hose pipe. All right.
What do you guys call that?
I don't know. Garden hose.
Garden hose. There we go. Translation. There are just words that I can't get my head around. I just don't use them enough to know.
I know. I had to figure out what you were talking about for a minute. So.
Hose pipe. Yeah. We just call that hose pipe. I'm sorry.
No, it works for me.
Real quick, fun story about translations. So in Swedish, the translation for straw is like the direct translation is suck pipe. So one time, one of the Swedish kids was at the bar and he was going, "I need a suck pipe." Yeah, that was quite funny. That was very funny. The waitress was looking at him like, a suck pipe, and he's trying to mimic putting the straw in the drink.
It wasn't Jesper, was it?
No, it was one of the other. It made me laugh. So, okay.
Well, we have a busy show today. We have 3 different members of teams on, and so we continue off our PBA League preview, which kicks off here in a couple of weeks. So, I guess without further ado, we should bring on the man of the hour. He is a new member of the expansion Brew City Ballers. 42 years old, 7 PBA titles, 26 regional titles. He is a former league champion and a former league MVP, winning the Mark Roth MVP award in 2017. He is the self-proclaimed THB from Lexington, South Carolina. I'll go with it this time. Dick Allen.
Let's go.
Man.
So I think the first question that we should probably ask you is, what team number is this? No. It's
no.
On this broadcast.
4.
Yeah.
4. I forgot about the Hitman year 1.
Oh no, then it's 5. You bowled on Dell's team as well.
Ballers, LAX,
Splitters. Yeah, 5.
There we go, 5.
Yeah.
So
the team you won with, right? Yeah. Just checking.
No chance.
No chance.
I would pull up the highlights of last year's, but it came down to 2 bad shots. One came off the wall, and the other one left the 2-pin.
Yeah, we were close. I thought it was Belmo's time. I thought I was in a good spot last year.
The 10-pin decided it wasn't. Man, that was a fun time. Somebody put together a small montage that I saw on the internet, and it was just like Homer Simpson. And it just goes, no. because
It's awesome.
that's all we left.
I'm not sure in the history of bowling that team with that rev rate has had so many puff, flat-looking 10s and then ringers around it. That team doesn't leave a lot of corner pins typically.
No, we did that night. And the best part of it was Belmo just kept saying every time, "You throwed it too fast. You throwed it too fast." And then I threw one about 9 miles an hour, and at 10 pin, I go, "I'm not throwing it too fast."
That was it was probably definitely the most entertaining team I bowled on. So there was more, like, I guess with the Atom Splitters, it's, we're all we've all got our game plan, we're all bowling well, we're all just doing our thing. But with LAX there was a little more cutting up. And I think with Dell's team that year, we bowled really good with Dell's team that year, and we caught some bad hits, and that was a fun team too. But I'd say that last year's team was awfully fun.
We've had Anthony Lavery on a couple of times, and we talk about his shot when we were just begging him to throw one to the right.
Anywhere where the head pin. Anyway.
If you throw in the gutter, I'll high five you. But if you throw it to the nose again, I'm going to punch you in the throat.
He bowled rather well after that.
Yeah. Even with the foul, when me and you were about to go and attack Sean Perry. What do you mean foul? The real job. So yeah, it was we had a good time until it got to the final, and I still laugh with Timmy because Timmy's giving me a hard time about, "Oh, we dominated you," and I'm like, "Timmy, you're one less reel away by losing front by 100." but it wasn't, and at the end it was super fun because we were all super bitter, and all these people were jumping on us and throwing beer in the air, and it's just isn't it great? No, it's not.
Larry Stepp coming in. Hey, Richie. Oh, your old boys. They know you.
Yeah, Casey Moe.
So,
Ryan Navarro, is it fair to say Dick is the most interesting man in bowling?
Not while I'm breathing. Quick question, though. Have you been bowling anything? Have there been any tournaments in your area that you've been able to get to?
I've bowled maybe 30 games since Casher's round at the World Series. So, I hate to say it, but COVID was probably my best friend. I was hurting pretty good at the end of those last couple of weeks. So, it was a long road to recovery. I was pretty close to going to the doctor, to be honest with you. So, I still don't know the extent of the injury that I had in my arm. I just know that I'm able to bowl now. It feels pretty good. We're in the right direction. So, if anything, man, I'm just hyped for the league now. I haven't bowled any league. I haven't bowled any tournaments. I've bowled one day where I've actually gone in and bowled a 2-a-day, where I practiced in the morning and then practiced again at night. And that was just the other day. And, I went right back in the next day. So I'm just excited to actually be bowling again.
Well, history would suggest that a healthy and motivated, Richie Allen is a dangerous one.
At times, yeah. At times, I agree.
When you're healthy and your head's right, you're always.
Yeah, I've always believed in myself. Don't get me wrong. I feel like when my rhythm is good and my timing is good and I'm, seeing everything properly, I think I can beat anybody in the world.
Yeah, I remember my favorite Richie story. I just maybe my second year on tour, and I was making a pretty good run out there. Made like 12 shows, and I bowled Richie in the final of Shawnee when Shawnee was in the other building. He strikes in the 10th to win it, and turns around and says, "Bring on Pete Weber." He got rid of the toes. Give me the real guys.
Oh my gosh.
We all use motivation our own way there at THB. So
yeah, we do.
yeah.
I was bowling league. This is another guy who I feel like has very kind of a similar attitude to you, Richie, Dick. We were bowling league on Tuesday night, and the kid that's bowling on our team, we didn't know him or whatever, but he came in and he says, "Are you like me? Do you think that Kyle Troop's a better bowler than Jason Belmonte?" And I just looked at him. I turned around and I looked at him. I'm like, "Are you insane?" and then he continued on. And I go, "There are literally two people on this earth who believe that, you and Kyle." And I said, and fair play to him. I said, he can convince himself of it. I'm wrong just as much as he's wrong. I can't even convince myself of it. So, fair play to him.
Yeah.
But we've got a couple of questions here. I feel like some of these have been a little set up. Does Richie have a favorite Chris Barnes fry story?
So I made the turn at the new Shawnee, and I happened to look over at the wall on 1 and 2, and I was like, "Oh, that's odd." And then somebody told me that Barnes had put a hole in the wall. So I gave it a few minutes.
You're breaking up, Richie. I don't know.
I gave it a few minutes, and I walked over, and I told AJ, I said, "Hey, watch this." And I walked over to Chris, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm just having an awful day. I don't know about you, but I'm probably going to go down the street to this little hole in the wall and tie one on if you're in." And it just kind of sat there for a second before he kind of uttered some nice words, and I just kind of walked off. Just kind of let it be. Now I don't know if he cried over Simonson's favorite clip now. I can't tell you that because we still had to bowl another game. But the shot off of the right foot, I don't know if he fried after that or not when we bowled in Indianapolis. So
not sure what you're talking about.
I threw a shot off of the wrong foot against Chris after the first game out of the first 2 games we bowled.
Oh, when you bowled all in white.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that shot until later. And to be honest, it in no way fried me because I didn't even know why you did it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Do you know why I did it now, though?
I do not.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh man. So when we were warming up for the final 6, I had to bowl Jack, and I think you were bowling Belmo. We were all down there warming up on the practice pairs, and somebody was doing the Taipei. I think you were doing the Taipei spinner, and Belmo was doing something else, and I went up there and threw one off the wrong foot. And you told me that I didn't have a hair on my ass to do that on TV if I had the match locked up.
Well, you waited until it didn't matter. You already beat me.
I was getting ready to bowl Jack, and I I had the match locked up in the 10th, and I sat there and I thought about it.
Much better now.
And I was like, no, I can't do it against Jack. Jack is too much of a nice guy. So then when we came back a month later, and I got past the first match, and it was just me and you at the end of the first game, I was like, well, I got the match locked up right here. I got this game locked up. I can do no worse than a 1-ball roll off. And I just went up there and threw it off the wrong foot. I couldn't help myself, man. I'm sorry.
I think that I would have thought that was really funny. I wouldn't have been offended at all. I would have thought that was hysterical. But
yeah.
I didn't see the shot live. I only saw it. I probably didn't see it until several years later.
Oh man.
So,
I know. Best laid plans. I ruined everything. Chris ruins everything. They made a show about it. Or no, that's right. Everybody hates Chris. That's right. That's what it is.
So, did you see our show with Randy Peterson by any chance?
No.
You were quite the star of the show. I wish I had the skills that I'd thought about this earlier. He talked about how he hates you now for changing your name because through all the time he's got himself in trouble because you changed your name to Dick, not Richie. So some classics that him and Rob have had is Dick over to the left lane.
Yes, that was a good one.
Yes, and I think there was one situation where Rob Stone got himself in a lot of trouble, and every time, Randy got himself in a lot of trouble, and every single time he said something, it made it sound worse. Dick has a lot of experience dealing with these issues.
Yeah, they've had some good back and forths with that.
Yeah. So Randy says that it's completely your fault and he hates you because
I think the hate stems from a little further back with Randy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So when we were in Virginia, when I won the extra frame event in Virginia, I beat Simonelli.
Right.
Okay, so during qualifying, Randy was like, "Hey, you wanna come on next block?" And I was like, "Yeah, by all means." And if you go back and you watch the extra frame from when I hopped on, Jeff Goodger he's trying not to laugh pretty hard. He knew what I was up to, but Randy never caught on the entire time I talked to him. So I went in and I found his CD, his music CD with his playlist.
Right.
And every time Randy he asked me a question, the first thing out of my mouth, I would try and incorporate the title of the next track on his CD into my answer. I would lead with it, and then he'd ask me another question and I would just go right into the next song title on his CD. And he literally never noticed. And then Jeff Goodger
that was on there.
Yeah, if you go back and watch that second round from the extra frame deal and me talking to Randy, it's pretty apparent that I'm trolling him pretty hard. And I told Jeff Goodger was the one who told him, and then he caught me like an hour later and he chewed me out about it pretty good. He didn't like that at all.
Yeah, for example, the titles are Let the Good Times Roll, Four-Step Approach, When Love Strikes, Bowling Alley Sally. That'd have been great to hear you work that one in.
I said every single title.
In the Gutter Again, Beer Frame Blues, Spare Me, Someone Else's Shoes, Right in the Pocket, and Bowl Me Over. And you managed to get all of those in. He
whiffed on all of them.
He's been trying to forget that thing since it hit.
He's the only one.
So good that he could just anything you put out there, it'll make money.
Yep.
It'll also be out there forever.
So here's one that somebody remembered. There's nothing like Dick on a good day.
My mom is so proud of me.
So I got nothing. My mom just chipped in. I know she's watching too. So
no, I'm totally not. I told you the story about what I did to my mom, right? When I signed her up for the Chris Barnes fan club when I was like 19 or 20. Yeah, she was
killed everybody else. So yeah, there you go. Yeah.
She was not happy about that. You were not her favorite player.
I get that a lot around here.
Here's somebody
the same way.
Chris is her favorite player.
Yeah.
Be careful. Chris's mom listening. She's always listening. I got slightly cuffed behind the ear for my language on the last show.
She will always be mine, you know.
let's just quickly chat about your new team. You, Rash, Simonelli, interesting dynamic.
Sure. Aren't they all?
There's some more interesting than others. Just 1 second, Alexa's talking to me. Quiet.
So name off your team.
Yeah.
I mean, what more is there to say about Rash?
Well, there's quite a lot to say. There's quite a lot of directions you could go with it.
I love everything about him when he bowls. I mean, I do. He calls out the big boys. I mean, he plays the lanes a million different ways. He's a great bowler. He's good under pressure. A lot of the time. I mean, we all have our struggles under pressure sometimes. So, but I mean, I think he's overcome a lot of the things he's done in the past with his stupid mistakes. I think he's grown as a bowler ever since he came out on tour, since I've watched him. He surpassed anything I've ever done. So, I mean, he's an incredible bowler. We've got the power lefty that everybody, covets on their team. Guy, he just won last year. Simonelli. I mean, he just won last year. So, we got Sloan. We got a two-hander. If we need that extra hook potential, if we need that extra power, we've got it in the bag. We thought we would be bowling in Portland, so Zeke's our wild card again. All of a sudden, on the other end, we were expecting to be in Portland in the crowd where he's been before. So now we're in a new facility, no crowd. Now it's the X factor the other way. So, but of course, none of us have bowled there, or at least I haven't. So I couldn't tell you. I mean, my ball might not match up. His might be great. It could be the other way around for the lefty. Who knows what's going on? I mean, I think we've got a great team. We got two guys who just love to bowl, who are, the young guys who just love to bowl. They want to bowl. They want to prove themselves. They want to get out there under the lights. This is a great way for them to do it again, to keep learning. I mean, I think we got a good team, dude.
Okay. You're bringing positivity to it. I like it.
Yeah.
It's the only way to go into it.
And you follow Richie's history in the league, his teams do fairly well. I love this. Humberto Vasquez. I can remember Richie trying to speak Spanish to me for 3 hours straight on the way to South Carolina. It was basically Richie just making random noises for 3 hours straight.
See.
Oh, Chris, we're in real trouble now. The whole fam's watching.
Oh, my sister. Yeah, but she swears more than I do, if you can believe that. So I don't know.
No, I don't.
Well, I guess when I'm not bowling, I actually don't swear much. But
there you go. Ad says he loves Ryan Simonelli. He's a beast.
Yeah, didn't he just sign with somebody else again? He signed with Deviate again, so he's back to a comfortable name on his shirt, a comfortable logo. I mean, you can't knock it.
He only left long enough to get rid of all the old shirts, I think. So,
I mean, hey, I signed with Circle.
Yeah, but the difference between you and Lonnie is you're still on tour.
All right.
Lonnie's in great physical condition. I mean, I think Lonnie should still be bowling.
I think so too. There's a few people that worked as hard as he did. It never made sense that it actually didn't work out better.
Let's bring in his motive teammate.
All right. Well, this gentleman is a new member of the other expansion team, the Las Vegas High Rollers. He's the 2017 Shark champion. He's the 2016 European Player of the Year. He was on the national team for 10 years. He's 30 years old. He's from London, England, and he's actually proud of his name, Richie Teece.
Hi, everyone. How's it going? I'm glad you didn't introduce me to Oscar's version of my name.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know.
Oscar calls him Dick Teece.
Well, and we're out.
So what's been going on with you, Richie? What's been happening? String pins and all.
Yeah, string pins. Yeah, we only just opened up the 1st of August back to bowling. So I've been just practicing since the 1st of August, getting some games in. A little more than Dick, just a little bit more. Probably about 60 to 70 games. So yeah, just trying to get ready for the league. Been actually doing a lot of workout. I've been working out quite a lot. I think I've lost roughly around 12 to 14 pounds since March. So
nice. Congratulations. Me and Chris found.
Yeah, I know where they went. Got it. Thanks.
Oh, I heard that you're on the Brett Spangler workout routine. You just run around.
Yeah, pretty much. Just run around and make Google Maps look popular.
Yeah. So talk us about it. You're running 5 miles at a time.
Yeah, just a little less. Doing lots of 5Ks. So
okay,
my aim is to run 5K every week, at least every week. That actually it all started.
So unnecessarily jumping off the top rope, Verity.
Yeah, that's straight in.
I only say nice things about you.
Dude, Karen, little English humor coming all the way around. So.
Yeah, it all started from Lonnie, funnily enough. Lonnie, being so physically fit and working out all the time, he said he kind of brushed off on Brett, and then Brett kind of wanted us to start the staff doing something similar, and it kind of just brushed off on me, so it's all worked out.
Hey, Rich, Dick, is it starting to brush off on you yet?
I do push-ups every day, and I do some sit-ups every day, and some jumping jacks, and I jump a little rope. I do not run. No, Tiger Woods doesn't run.
It's true.
He's also like taped together.
There's nothing wrong with that. Let's stop judging on that duct tape.
Yeah, Dick don't run.
All right.
All right. Well, I just wanted to have you two say hello to each other. So thanks for coming on, Dick. We will see you up in Virginia. Oh, interesting. Have you ever bowled there?
No.
Okay. So, Chris, if I ask you and I ask Chris Warren, then I don't even think and if neither of you have bowled there, I don't think the place actually exists.
I'm getting there on the 20th to practice for a few days.
Okay.
Real quick, Brian Charlton wants to know, is going through your head in 2014 when you back-to-back opens in the Cheetah Championship against Anthony?
Yeah, I'm out.
Insisting that we talk about it.
So that was that. Peace.
Literally, that was what I thought. I mean, after I 7-10, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. And I just left. So, I mean, it sucked. It's awful.
I think I saw you when you were in the ice cream outfit. I saw that match. Is that the one where I backed 7-10 against you?
Yeah.
Vaguely remember. I try to forget the losses. I got better at it over the years, but it seemed like I was ahead, and then all of a sudden I was shut out like 2 frames later.
Yeah.
Good run.
Yeah.
And then I got to see the opposite, I got to see you throw it off the wrong foot the other time. Like, holy cow.
Yeah. Happens. So.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Hey man, don't misconstrued hate for respect.
I got nothing but respect for you. I never hate anything.
Love you, my man.
No, I'm not buying any of that anyway. I always knew better than that nonsense. So you motivate you however you need. I ain't buying that. So.
All right. See you in a couple of weeks, Rich. Dick.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Take it easy. Bye. Okay. So, Richie, talk to me, my man. Your team.
Team.
So, who's on your team? Who are you looking forward to bowling with? You know, which spot do you see yourself in the roster?
So yeah, I feel like we've got quite an interesting team. Like we've got I think our average age might be about 25 or 26. Like we've got a really young team. I can definitely. Well, we've got Frankie. He's two-time US Open champion. It is what it is. He's a two-time US Open champion. He's like he's a really good closet trash talker. I love him. Like,
I think that there being no crowd might be bad for Frankie because people will actually pick up what he's saying on the microphones.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
That could be an issue for Frankie. His squeaky clean reputation might take a little hit.
Yeah. If people can hear him, it's not good for him. That's for sure.
One fun story. I once threw a shot and I took 3 off the right at a tournament, and Frankie was walking past, and Frankie said to me, "Man, I thought that one was going to come back," and then just kept walking.
Closet trash talker.
Frank.
He won't shout it.
No, just whispers in my ear as I'm seething. Man, I really thought that one was going to peel.
Oh.
But then you've got AAJJ. Now, from our fans, we would really like it. You know, if AJ starts to seem a little superior, just remind him, hey, my banner's down there.
Yeah, when I watched the first preview, and when you brought out that comment from that guy saying, I can see 2 AJs and 0 titles, I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's a bit.
It's been a very common theme on our show. The AJ is taking a beating on this thing. He's
we almost owe him royalties.
Yeah, he does this. He comes on, and man, the trolls come alive for they love lighten them up.
I can definitely see our voice coming out through AJ.
What's your team? You and AJ.
Yep, but our voice is definitely going to come out from AJ. Andrew's, he's kind of like Frankie and myself. We're a little more quiet, like keep ourselves to ourselves when we go bowling. And then we have Ildemaro, who'll shout to the hills in Spanish.
Ildemaro understands the dark arts.
Yeah,
he does.
So, what's your travel schedule looking like? It's a bit. I mean, you're almost the test dummies. A week later or 2 weeks later, we have to go the opposite way. I'm a little concerned about getting back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening?
Well, the way it works, so going into the US isn't such a problem. We Tom done a really good job by helping us get some visas. I can't remember the nice guy's name, but he lives in Vegas, but he works for Homeland Security. That's it, Warren. Tom contacted him, and he managed to get us a certain visa that I actually looked it up, and it's apparently we're people of interest to the United States because we're going to be on television. So
I don't know that that's a good thing, being a people of interest to the United States.
But that's what I believe it is. So that's how we're going to go in. But on the way back, so I'll only be there for the week because I didn't make any of the bowling match plays. But we have to. I've got to quarantine when I do come back for 2 weeks. So I don't know how it's going to work for you guys for the Weber Cup. I don't know if you're going to have to do the same.
No, we're doing a whole bubble thing, so we're fine with that situation. I'm just more concerned about getting to America's doorstep and being politely told to go away, because then I don't know where I end up.
You're not going home, whether you stay in the US.
Because then I go back and they say, "Where are you going? You're going to quarantine for 2 weeks," and my parents are like, 200 miles from Heathrow, so that's not an ideal scenario. So it'll be a fun time.
Yeah,
I've been sitting in the house for like half an hour at a time, trying to imagine what it's going to be like sitting in a mask for 7.5 hours on the plane, because you can't take it off when you're on the plane.
Yeah, I'm worried too.
I've actually gone through a couple of different options, trying to find the least frustrating of the mask situations. I think I might just try and take some sleeping pills.
probably the best idea, that's for sure. Yeah, I've got 9 hours to Washington wearing a mask. It's gonna be brutal, that's for sure. Tell you what, I'm not gonna miss is the immigration queue.
Yeah, that's
Not
positive, and there won't be anybody sitting in the middle seat, so that's another positive.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's probably going to be the best flight ever.
It's gonna be what we refer to as pikey business class.
Love it.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw that you and Ray have started your own little pro shop.
Yeah, we it's funny how it kind of really came about. We obviously at first we were driving over the other side of London, so a good hour and a half to where Craig was set up in Malden. And it was getting kind of tedious, it was getting expensive with fuel, and so we decided to source out a drill, and we managed to find one, got one set up. We was just going to use it just for mine and Ray's purposes, and we had a few people get in contact and say, hey, look, I wouldn't mind getting some stuff drilled up by you guys. And we were like, oh, okay, cool. We'll do some drilling for a couple of people. And it kind of just escalated, and more people were like, yeah, we'll come. And we've kind of just gone with it basically and thought, oh, okay, we'll set up something and see how it goes.
Yeah. And then the next minute you had a pro shop. Yeah.
Next minute we've got a pro shop. And it's like, okay, cool.
Well, good. At least positive from the COVID situations happened for you then, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was completely out of the blue. Ray was actually arranging it whilst I was in the States over February and March time, and I was getting text messages like, oh, I've sourced this out, and I've sourced this drill out, and I've sourced this out. I'm like, okay, cool. Just make sure it's all ready when I get home.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the 10 frame, Ray. I can't text back.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Bye. So
okay, well, do you have anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anything else that's been going on?
I guess obviously all the sponsors and everybody. I guess all the shout out to Motive and Turbo for helping me all out and everything. Striking shirts and airport bowl and everything, but not really much is going on for me other than working out, getting ready for the league with practicing quite a bit and sorting out some of the shop stuff. That's pretty much all that's going on for me right now. But I tell you what, practicing on the strings is fun.
It's your strings, like, because I bowled on a set of strings at Calderon's place.
Sort of, yeah.
And I actually found them harder to knock over. So are you in strings that are like harder to knock over? Because when Doherty come on, the tournament they bowled in Florida, I guess couldn't ring 10, and it was like everything fell over.
It's really funny. I kind of feel like it's a bit of a mixture. There's sometimes where I will wrap a 10, like every now and again, and the string won't take it. And then there's times where I should definitely flat 10, and it just falls over for no apparent reason. And like I always feel like it's right in the middle. I guess it's depending on how tense you have the strings in the center. I guess I don't know if they have like a certain limit. I don't know, but I feel like they're harder to knock over. I feel like they're quite hard to knock over at times. Making a washout isn't too difficult, to be honest.
So this is quite funny. Del Powell says, Richie, can you work with him and be his voice on Google Maps? Eric says here, I wear one for 8+ hours a day when you have the breathing valve on one. You can't wear one with a breathing valve on the plane. So
medical grade or something along those lines.
Well, yeah, when you wear the one with the valve, it pushes the air out, so it somewhat defeats the purpose, is what they're saying. There's actually been a few of the medical places here in town have got signs saying that they won't let you in if you've got the valve on the front. So
Yeah.
there you go. Well, thanks for stopping by, Richie. Look forward to seeing you make your debut on the league.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
If you end up bowling us at any point, I might whisper in your ear, you're not on strings anymore.
Could happen. It could happen.
Be aware of that. So, all right,
Out.
thanks for stopping by.
No problem. It's a pleasure, gentlemen.
All right, take it easy.
Well, and with that, we'll bring on our third guest, and the show will get significantly better looking at this point. So she is with the Phoenix Fury. She's been on the Colombian national team for 12 years, the junior team for 6 years. She has 18 medals in international competitions, including 6 gold medals. She has 3 years as a first-team All-American in college. Obviously, a ton of team experience and a valuable addition to the Phoenix Fury, Maria Jose Rodriguez Bohr.
Sure.
There we go.
Funny.
Look, Maria's actually the first person who's been smart enough to put their Instagram handle on their name.
There you go.
Go.
See?
We're
got
we're really only 4 months into this, so we
Yeah.
haven't had the opportunities.
Just smarter.
That's funny. You guys are funny. I don't know if I'm ready.
I think you're ready. You
Okay.
you dominated me and Nathan on Tuesday night in the league.
I did. I
Six-
didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah. So we bowled 2 weeks ago, and
Oh.
Maria left the 10 pin like she was bowling for the LAX in the final.
my
She had. I don't think she had a double till like the 10th frame of like game 2. It was like,
Yeah.
oh no, 10th frame of game 1, and then she switched lanes, and then it was the same. This week, strikes were raining.
They were all over. And I only bowled 680, so sure.
For perspective, I had a smooth 627, so that was
I know.
that was pretty good. So,
Yeah.
so you've been over here with us in Texas, so you've been bowling all the time, right?
Been bowling every weekend, yeah.
So, any particularly good successes? I know Nathan's been on fire.
Yeah.
He's stealing a little bit of your thunder.
Hey, that's okay. It's making all the money that I'm not, thanks to our tour being canceled. I don't know. I mean, I bowl okay. I've been just taking it easy, trying to enjoy it, taking it fun. It's not. I mean, yeah, it's my job, but it's not tour. It's not Colombian competition. It's not anything super serious yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, we bowl good in Longview.
You and
A
Nathan
little bit.
or did you come second? The one was that in San Antonio?
Oh yeah, San Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that you bowled pretty good then. So yeah,
I did, yeah.
It's been an interesting roller coaster because you almost have more people asking you to bowl things than there are days at the minute.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Like, are you available this week? I'm like, no, I'm moving, but I'm actually bowling a tournament that I didn't know I was signed up for. So.
Oh, you turned me down for something else, and it's not a Plano, it's a USA Bowl.
Oof. I'm still moving.
You
I'm
both
still
could
moving.
throw us right there. That changes things a lot. I understood before, but
oh, if you only knew what I was bowling.
Hey, Chris, you can come down. We get a nice little tournament on Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still moving though. That part's not alike.
Right?
Sure. I pack. He carries everything.
Oh dear.
Oh,
I can vouch for the moving because I'm supposed to be going over to help them empty the garage today, and it was supposed to be yesterday.
And then the hurricane happened.
Yeah. Then Hurricane Austin happened,
Oh my
and
God.
and now I mean, it seems like it stopped raining, so we might be good to go
Yeah.
today.
It's all right. Yeah, it looks promising. Not like
This
yesterday.
is kind of a scary day. I wore shorts yesterday. It was a little cool out. So today's going to be, it's actually a really scary day. This is going to be the first day of post-COVID jeans. So,
Oh my God. Yeah.
yeah. I'm not sure how this is going to work out.
I already moved my jeans over, so no, not yet.
Hey, Linda's giving you some advice. Don't let him make you feel bad.
Got it.
Over it, all right.
She got my back.
She got over that about 6 months in. So, yeah.
Oh,
So, tell us about your team. Who are you
my
bowling
team. It's a good team. Bowling with Liz Johnson. I think you know of her.
with? Yeah, I've heard of her.
I think so, right? Shannon O'Keefe. A little bit, yeah.
Did you be okay lately? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Lane O'Quinn, Stephanie Johnson. Jordan, Richard.
Yeah.
And me. And then our team manager is Kim Terrell Kearney.
So you're, I believe the phrase is playing for keeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, it should be.
Stu's brought it up a few times, and that he felt like your team was the much stronger and well put together team of the two. And like Russell here says, he thinks the female teams are really going to shake things up. He says simply because the way they work to break down the lanes together. I think it might just be because you're really good. But,
Yeah. I mean, it's just like in the guys tour. I mean, you break the lanes the way you want to, and you got some females that don't do a very good job about it, and some of them do. But yeah, I don't know. I don't
really,
answer if it's
you
the
don't
strong
get that
one or
many
not.
shots. So there's
Exactly.
not really that much time to break a lane down. There's not that many shots overall. So
Yeah, it's not like you get 15 minutes on your own, or yeah.
and you bowl multiple matches. So if you're the second match, you're at the mercy of
Whoever bowled before.
Yeah, a team that plays straight or following LAX is not particularly in a great situation.
Yeah.
I believe Larry Bird had the phrase, "You're in the torture chamber." That's one of my favorites. Larry Bird's one of my favorite all timers. Some of the trash talk that he had was, yeah, he was the king.
He was the king.
So do you think your team's going to talk a lot of trash to whoever you bowl?
Yeah, I don't think they're afraid. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like the first part of me says, oh no, they're just gonna be, chill and fine. But then I think about it more and I'm like, nah.
Well,
The first comment is definitely not gonna come out of us, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's going to be the
depends.
one who's going to throw it out there first?
I'll take that for the team.
I
Especially if
wasn't
we're
going
rolling you
to
guys.
Nostradamus, but I was thinking maybe. Yeah.
I'll take it.
I personally think that if you do that, I think that a few of the guys are going to have a really hard time with knowing what the etiquette of that should be.
I know, and I love that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
know.
I think that outside of a couple of the guys, I'd I'd Sean, for example. Sean would be a very person that if I was on your team, he would be a mark, as we would say, because Sean is very vocal when it's with the guys, but I think that he wants the whole world to love him, and I don't know how he thinks he should respond to that situation.
Okay, I like it.
By the way, Larry Bird heard your comment, said he likes the fact that he's the best trash talker.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
She will do it with a smile, and the guys will not know what to do.
Maybe
Well-
they won't even understand my accent, so that's gonna be even better.
I hear it every single weekend. So, just I've been
I'm
beat by
ready.
women all over there. You can talk all the trash you want. It's coming back, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair
I
game.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
hey, just so you understand, I'm going to put this out there. I'm an equal opportunity asshole.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna come and go. It's gonna happen.
I don't think that Belmo will be very worried. Belmo, the one time a year that Belmo like really loosens up a little bit with the trash talk is the PBA League.
Okay.
Especially the qualifying.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be no fans, so you're gonna have to make it fun or interesting somehow.
It may be one of the better spectator to listen. It might be one of the best ones to listen to of all time, because you can never hear anything when we're actually bowling the team there because it's so loud.
I love the one time I bowled the PBA League. I threw the first shot and I didn't throw it very well. Shit, like that, right? And it was live, right?
Yeah.
After the show, see, in England, that wouldn't really be that big of a deal. And there are some words here that it's kind of a deal, whatever. So Dave Schroeder gave me a little slap on the wrist. And he goes, I've got way more problems than that. And I go, what? Amleto MF'd on the show.
I got fined one time for saying, it was my first win, actually. I think I said bullshit.
Yeah.
I threw out there. I 5'7" on the front 7 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
266 at Healy. And whatever. I said that, and they fined me. And I went, then you watch like the Grammys or the Emmy or whatever was on there, and they said like 4 things worse than that. I said,
yeah.
This is how you compare it?
Yeah, I said,
Thanks.
Like 20 million people watch that show, 800,000 watch ours. I'm pretty sure if they say it, then it's not really that much of a faux pas. I'm not sure they bought it, but that was my argument.
That's the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's equal, yeah.
I managed to get away with the fine because Dave said something to me, and I was like, "Are you insane? What's the problem with that?" And on the same show,
all right,
somebody said MF, so I was fine because they were way more worried about that than they were about me.
So just gotta worry and check out for whatever the other person is saying, and you just have to say something a little smaller.
I've bowled on the same pair as Maria a few times, and I am going to have to agree with this. Miking Maria will be entertaining for sure.
Thanks.
The under your breath stuff could be top notch.
Yeah, I think it could be. Yeah.
I just want like the salty bowler to come out. Like, we've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's the wall splasher, whatever. And then you have the ring 10. Seriously, that's gonna be where you draw the line. Everything carries, and you're gonna leave this one up. Like,
that's when you need a mic.
Yeah,
Everybody needs to be mic. I mean, we don't have any fans. Everybody needs to be mic.
I think we decided in Fort Sill that I needed to wear a mask all the time, like we did in Cowtown, where I had to wear it the whole time while I bowled too. And when I had a mic on, I was much more palatable than or a mask on than without. So
yeah, we just did last weekend in Houston. We had to wear a mask the whole time. It was kind of cool because nobody's looking at your face, nobody's looking at your mouth. You can say whatever you want. It's perfect. You bowl 150.
You didn't have to have the valve ones.
You bowl 150. You look like you just bowled 240. Same face. It was great.
Or my smile mask. Then everybody thinks I'm happy, right?
Oh my god. Yep. but everybody knows you're not.
Oh dear.
That's probably true. So take us. Okay, how do you think your team's going to stack up? Who do you think the best matchups would be for your team, and who would be the worst matchups for your team?
Like position wise, or
yeah, like a head-to-head match.
I don't even know the other teams. Like I don't even know who we're.
See,
you heard it here first.
facing.
Maria doesn't care who they bowl.
I mean,
there you go.
I don't think my team matters. I don't think my team cares either. But I don't know. I was gonna do my homework and read a little bit about the teams, but I clearly didn't. This is who I am. I think no. I mean, there's probably some weak teams, some big teams. I mean, I know LAX it's a hard team. They've been together for a long time. They've been keeping the same people for a long time. So
I think that I think that, like, in general, most of the teams, like, there's like 3 or 4 of the teams have pretty much kept their same core for quite a while.
Yeah.
The only teams that I can think of recently that have changed that is New York changed that because their third guy was kind of like on a little bit of a rotation, but now they got Kyle Sherman.
Okay.
And Timmy's team decided to keep Prather over Simonelli. So they kind of, that was their kind of, I don't know, turnover, roster turnover, so to speak. Chris's team's had the same 3 for quite a while. We've had the same 3 for quite a while.
Yeah, you've had it. Yeah. I mean, I think the new teams, the 2 new teams will be, I don't want to say easier, harder, or like, I don't want to start talking trash, about it and then gonna beat us or who knows.
The thing is with the PBA League, I think the one thing that we've learned over time is all you really need is you need the one guy who's hot for the roll-offs.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I mean, we managed to lose all 4 games in the final last year, but like it's probably a 75% of the time there's a roll-off.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, it's you throw so little shots. It's not like you need to be as sharp as ever to throw 2 shots, 3 shots,
Yeah, no, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. If you get that one guy who gets hot in the roll-offs, like historically, that's been, Duke's team does really well in the PBA League because, I mean, Duke and Tommy are really, really good at those one shots.
Those roll-off, yeah.
I mean, Chris's team's done really well. They've had Dick Allen bowl. They've had Chris bowl. Doherty throws really good shots when he needs it. And historically, they're the teams that have done really well in the PBA League. Like,
the year we won, we actually didn't have a roll-off. We swept every match, which was ironic. But
that's kind of incredible. Yeah.
Guys kind of got out of our way on a couple of okay games, and we bowled a bunch of really good games. But that doesn't really happen much. Like say, Duke calling his own number a lot in that.
That's
thing.
crazy.
Yeah, he tells Tommy, hit the bench, hit the pine, son.
Yeah, he might bowl lead off and then call his number for the roll. If he hadn't thrown a shot in like 10 minutes, Tommy just threw 3 in the 10th to get there, and he goes, "I got it."
Bye.
Tommy's actually at the fan getting ready, and he just goes,
"No, go back."
So yeah, I mean that's just how it seems to me over time. Like the teams that have had those guys who bowled really well, and like, I mean, and it's just some guys. It just, I mean, like EJ Tackett and Belmo are really, really good bowlers, but they just things haven't really gone their way in the PBA League. I mean,
so that's why I'm saying like it's not like it's hard for me. I'm not gonna say Belmo's team or EJ's team. It's just a team, and you don't know who's gonna have, a hot 2 minutes, a hot 20 minutes that day. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. And I mean, I've never been there. I've never even been there. So
my wife's stirring the pot.
Maybe your husband.
Which guy are you looking forward to stomping? There you go. Yeah.
She knows.
I was trying to find the groups, but it seems like it's in a different spot every time.
The teams aren't even updated. So to be fair, Marie, you couldn't have looked up the teams if you wanted to right now. So.
Okay, so I saved my time. Okay.
No. Richie was still on LAX when I looked at it again this morning to refresh.
I found a little article that had all the teams except for the women's one, but I don't even know where it is.
I've actually found it. I just needed to scroll further down.
Okay.
So 2 divisions, Carter division. You have Dallas Strikers, which is Norm's team.
Yeah.
You've got Billy Hitman, which is Dom's team. The Brooklyn Styles, which I don't know whose team that is. Walter Ray, I guess.
Yeah.
You've got Chris's team with the Atom Splitters. Then you've got Frankie and Richie Teece, Las Vegas High Rolls, and then your team. So that's your division. You've got Las Vegas, Silver Lake, Brooklyn, Philly, and Dallas.
Okay.
So you've got 2 of the teams that always win.
Right.
And I feel like our team bowls against Dell or Carolyn's team a lot.
All the time. Okay.
Like,
was that a draw, or was that like, oh, these teams?
They assigned it. They put Portland and LAX in the one side, Dallas and us on the other side, and then
that's how they did it.
I kind of assume historically when they started going to the divisions like that, which was last year, I guess it seems like they try and seed them just a little bit. It's very perceptual, but
okay.
What's good about it is we came second last year, and the team that beat us is in our division.
Yeah,
right.
that doesn't make any sense. It should have been like.
I'm sure there was a way they did it, but they made sure that the 4 new teams were split 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then the other 8 teams were split however they were split. I'm sure that there was a proper way of doing it because Tom's been pretty buttoned up with most of that stuff when he's been doing it.
Yeah, how they did the BES stuff, they liked some matchups and some things like that too. And so
maybe that's why they did it. Yeah.
I think they might have been gearing up to make sure they get some matchups like that not make sure, but help encourage some of the different matchups to happen. Now that you have qualifying all the way through, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say how everything will come out. But
I like the qualifying though. I like going there for at least 2 days, and not just like 4 frames and okay, bye.
Yeah, that's the way it was early on. This is at least something. You get your feet wet, you get a feel for what's going on. And unlike Maine, where you qualified on one side and then bowled on a completely different side, which played like a different bowling center.
Yeah.
This should be pretty much the same when you go across, I think.
It should be, yeah.
In theory.
I mean, it's never the same, but
I mean, the main thing actually this year is that the qualifying actually counts for something.
For something,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In the past, we ended up one year we put our own money into bowl to try and make it something because
interesting.
1v8, and then the last year we actually bowled, or 2 years ago I think it was, when we did what Chris was saying, when we actually went over to the new side. We qualified on the old side, and we hadn't done that. Our team was miles ahead, miles ahead of 8.
Oh my god!
Nathan's cooking, huh?
No, nobody's cooking. Sorry,
boy.
I don't know.
All right, we'll just mute you a second. Oh, there we go. That was funny.
She's a versatile,
kind of weird,
adaptable performer. How's that?
You're only moving out. You don't have to burn the place down.
I'm so cold. It's 57 degrees outside.
Okay, well, we're getting pretty close to wrap it up anyway.
That was the highlight.
Yeah, exactly. You wrote maybe Kyle Troop is on fire. No, it's actually Nathan that's on fire in Austin.
Right?
Nathan. And I brought it up last week. I'm not sure Nathan's gone on a run quite like this until he got married.
He got married, yeah.
Yeah.
Good things happen.
I think it was the motivation of knowing that Maria didn't have the women's tour money. So Nathan's been like, oh shit, I'm going to step up to the plate now. I can't just, moonwalking through life here.
Traveling and telling you, good shot, keep trying harder.
It's been an incredible run he's been on for sure.
I think maybe he knows what would happen if he came home and didn't win. I think
right. I mean, yeah.
That's what happens to me. That's all I can say.
I only smile. I was outside of my house. I smiled. Oh my god. It's happening everywhere. Good thing we're moving.
Okay, so do you have anybody you want to thank?
Oh yeah, I want to thank everybody that's watching. Of course, my sponsors, everybody that supports us. Thank you guys for having me on this fun 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's been, obviously all my sponsors, everybody that supports me. I know it goes against you guys, but Motive Bowling.
No, that's
what we want. We're all about.
Yeah. Yeah, Motive, and I'm a member of Artemis, which is a nonprofit organization that supports women that are artists. So any kind, sports, artists, you name it. And, Chameleon, Genesis, Cliff. I'll give you a clip art anytime I see you.
You need a clip art first, Maria's your girl. But you have to take a photo.
Yeah, you just take a picture with the clip art.
So,
yeah.
Okay, Maria. Well, I'll probably see you in an hour or so.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be here.
All right. Take care. Thanks for coming
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, that was a fun show. I quite like that idea of just doing a little bit at a time with everybody. Kept it fresh, kept it moving. Let us know what you guys think of that format. I think it was a little easier to keep track of everybody than having 5 people trying to talk at once.
I believe so. I think it keeps it going and keeps things moving. I guess that's probably why Johnny Carson did it 40 years ago. So turns out you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So we have a few things going on this weekend. A pretty light weekend comparatively to recently, although locally here there's a sweeper Friday night. I believe there's I think there's a 60-50 lady trio for the SASBA guys, the USA Bowl, and then Sunday there is an Oklahoma Masters going on, and so you can stay busy if you want. I believe there's a few things down in your neck of the woods as well.
Yeah, we've just got the regular monthly Top Dog event. They make the lanes absolutely miserable. So the last time I went, I bowled 4 games. I shot 270 the first game, and I bowled about 12 over. So yeah, we're bowling on I think we're bowling on Mike Albee, which is like 38 feet. So, there'll be a bunch of guys throwing urethane. There'll be a bunch of guys, i.e. me, missing the headpin, and it'll all be good. Lane to lane will be a disaster. And yeah. Trying to get through to some matches, and then on Sunday there's our man William Gannon is running an event in Killeen. Fun time up there, nice little place, privately owned place. Really, I went there for the first time on Monday, had a good time. Yeah, it's the archetypal, owner operator type place. Cool surroundings, family atmosphere, really cool. Love going to those places, and yeah. So if you're looking for something to bowl on Sunday, Killeen's the place. Real quick before we go though, NFL's back, baby.
That's right, the best team in the NFL playing tonight.
Man, you're saying that about the Texans? I thought you weren't
allowed to do that anymore. I guess not.
I don't know, but bizarrely, you've got 12,000 people going to be there, or 15,000 people. It's bizarre.
Yeah, quite the home field advantage. It'll be
I'm not sure how I feel about some of the games being able to have crowds and some not. It seems a bit weird. Like with the NFL and how they are about competitive balance and stuff, it just seems a bit strange, especially not so much for this game, but like for a divisional game, right? Yeah, like can have fans, but they can't, and that's okay. Like that seems a bit weird to me, but whatever.
Yeah,
there's going to be football on, so everybody's going to be happy. So I'm going to see how much of a disaster my Patriots are going to be on Sunday. I'm not particularly optimistic. The only thing I'm optimistic about is we're in the division with the Bills, and they always find a way to screw it up. So to do that.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see which Cam Newton there is, if it's pre-2017 or if his new normal is just
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of ironic that like they're talking about, oh, well, the Patriots don't have any weapons anymore. And I go, Cam Newton went to a Super Bowl and he didn't exactly have a stellar supporting cast.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to name a lot of those guys. It wasn't Christian McCaffrey.
No. He's got a big-bodied wide receiver who he can throw a bullet to. And if he's healthy, I don't think the Patriots are going to feel bad about running him into the ground on his 1-year deal.
Probably not.
I don't think they're going to be like, oh no, Cam's had 200 carries this year already. Maybe we should limit it. It's like, get in there, son.
Yeah.
So,
Do what they did to what's his name from the Cowboys there last year, where they just basically ran him into the ground and then let him go.
DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can envisage a similar scenario.
You call Steve Smith was his main weapon and a great receiver. He was about 32 by the time that year happened, but he was still a great receiver. So, I guess we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be either discussing or ignoring the NFL results over the weekend, depending on how our teams do. Because
it's already
yeah, and Stu may or may not talk about soccer for a minute. Richie, I'm sure, wanted to throw that in there today and did not get that in, that your two teams are playing tonight or this weekend or something.
Oh, yeah.
We're in America, so nobody cares. So never mind.
Yeah. I mean, Richie's team is a bit weird because it's like I'm almost closer to my team than Richie is to his living here. So, yeah. Richie went to university. Me and Richie went to university in the same city. So Richie supports the team that he went to university in.
I got it. All right, real quick prediction for tonight's game.
I think the Chiefs are going to annihilate them.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're absolutely destroy them.
I do think they have a lot of repeaters back from last year's team, which means you're not really changing a whole lot in the preseason. Lack of preseason games don't hurt them at all. Whereas Houston is basically learning with new life, with a new running back, a new wide receiver, and quite a bit of turnover. So I do think it probably plays in their favor. I'm going to go 31-17.
Yeah. I mean, I also think that Bill O'Brien's from the Patriots tree, and they're very philosophical about these things. And this game isn't a divisional game, and it doesn't really matter.
And yeah, he may not show a lot of cards in this game. And if it gets a little ugly early,
then meh.
They just run basic schemes, let things go where they go, and prepare for week 2.
How about a score? I'm going to go like, I don't know, 24-10 or something. I don't think it'll be as high scoring because I think that unlike basketball, where it seems like they have to play together to figure out defense, in football, it seems like it's the opposite. So I think I think you'll see a lot of Edwards-Helaire. That's what I do think.
You may get him mixed in there a lot because there's not a lot else. Damian Williams, the playoff running back, he opted out for the season, so there's not a ton of depth running back wise.
The tackles did that as well.
Yeah, the Tardif. He's
got
a medical degree. And
a medical degree or a police officer. I couldn't remember which, but yeah.
No, he's got a medical degree. He's by far one of the brightest guys probably in the NFL, and he opted out early. I don't know if that will change over time. I don't know how those rules work. If you're out, you're out.
I think they're out. They're out.
Yeah.
They gave him a one-time pass because they got a $300,000 salary, I believe. I mean, the Patriots lost a ton of guys through that. I think they lost the most of any team in the league from that particular deal. So, okay.
All right.
We will see you.
We'll see you Tuesday.
All right. Take it easy.
Until then, support our sponsors, please, and small businesses and those places that are open back up. Michigan is open, by the way. Good for them. Support them. Eat an extra meal there. Till next time, stay safe, stay healthy.